Jim is frustrated with his stubborn love handles. He tries every quick fix solution and trendy diet out there, hoping for a magic pill. But no matter how hard he tried, those handles seem to cling on like they have a personal vendetta against him. Chad, on the other hand, takes a different approach. He believes that endless crunches and targeted ab workouts will do the trick, so he spends hours in the gym doing countless repetitions of sit-ups, twists. But despite his dedication, Chad's love handles remain unyielding. Then there is Achilles, the epitome of wisdom when it comes to fitness. He knows that spot reduction is a myth and that overall fat loss is key. His training is well-rounded, combining strength training, cardio, and a balanced diet to create a caloric deficit and shed unwanted body fat. Love handles or side fat. This is one of the biggest things when we want to lose weight. In fact, it's one of the first things that I realize on myself when I start to gain weight. It's what triggers my weight loss decision. I go, wait, what is this? Ring, as if I'm, the planet Saturn. Okay, it's time to lose weight. Because we naturally, as human beings, tend to store our fat around our gut. And the gut is like this ring. It's not just in the front. So along the side, you have these side fat and love handles. Women tend to carry more of their fat in their butt. Probably in evolution, it was the most effective and efficient place to store the fat. I've talked about this in other videos, but the biggest myth when it comes to side fat, belly fat, love handles is that you can do specific exercises that burn fat in that area of the body. That is just not the case. You cannot lose belly fat by doing belly exercises. You cannot lose side fat by doing side exercises. You cannot lose face fat by doing facial crunches. It's just complete and utter nonsense, and all these videos claiming you can lose love handles 7 minutes a day for 30 days. It's just all a load of horse shit. The only way to actually get rid of side fat is to get lean enough so that eventually the side fat is the only fat left for your body to take fat from. It's just the last place. Some of us, when we get fat, just start losing it from our chest and back. I think my arms are very, very late to lose fat. Some people, it's their face. So it just depends on the person. All you can do is focus on eating at a caloric deficit, resistance train at the same time, so you preserve muscle. And do that process long enough so that eventually whatever place in your body you want to get rid of fat from is the only place left for your body to turn to. That's it. That's it. That's how you get rid of side fat. Now that that's out the way, I can actually give you a little bit more specific advice, right? So let me ask you this. If I had huge biceps, would the muscle show more through the fat on my arms? Yes. If I have very developed ab muscles, would they show more through my belly fat? Yes. That's why, in order to look good, you need to accompany this fat loss process with resistance training, weight training, muscle building training, strength training, because that process of thinning out the fat layer plus making your muscle bigger is gonna eventually make the muscle protrude and look more defined and look better. The same logic would apply to your love handles and your side fat, right? So while you cannot do specific exercises that burn fat from the side of your body, you can do exercises that specifically build muscle in that part of the body, and that's gonna make your side fat and love handles appear less droopy, saggy, and fat. There we go. That's the magic formula. It's no wonder that we talk about love handles so much, because the side of our core, the obliques, are what get trained probably the least in the gym, because it's not something that the fitness industry or anyone really focuses on unless they are explicitly thinking about things like functional training, balance, and athletic training. But it's obviously one of the most important muscles in our body. It's what we use to balance ourselves. Whenever you hold your shopping bag on one side, it's the obliques that balance you so that you don't topple over. Whenever you do any sports, it's rare that we move forward, backwards, right, or left. It's always diagonal, up, down, 3D movements. It's all obliques that are engaged. Your core, your obliques, your back. These are some of the most functional muscles in your body. So how do you train them? So one of the main ways to train them is to do exercises that require your balance, like single leg exercises, unilateral exercises. You usually are required to balance a lot more in unilateral movements. That's movements that use one arm or one leg, like the unilateral shoulder press, like the unilateral face pull, like the Bulgarian split squat, single-legged deadlift. These kinds of things will always require your oblique activation a bit more than just double-handed movements. Having said that, you know, with two hands you can move a lot more weight. So an incline bench press, a back squat, an overhead press, these will actually engage your obliques a lot as well, your core and your obliques. But what do all of these exercises have in common is that they're compound exercises. They almost require your entire body to be activated in conjunction. And that's when the obliques are required to be activated, not doing these isolation bicep curls and machines. Because when you use machines, you're just safe, sat there, you don't need to balance. Because I'll just give you one exercise that really does focus on the obliques, which is when you do a dumbbell deadlift, right? But you keep one hand behind your head and you're doing a dumbbell deadlift with one hand holding the dumbbell. This one, if you do it with a sufficiently heavy dumbbell, you will feel it in your obliques. If I had to show you an exercise, this is one thing that I would really recommend. Another exercise that I will give you is that when you do hanging leg raises, when you do hanging knee raises, twist from side to side. Really crunch and twist your core side to side, and that will crunch up your obliques, and you will really feel it activate a lot more than if you just went up and down. And you couple that with the fat loss for enough period of time, and once you get to around 12%, 11% body fat, okay, your love handles are starting to disappear, okay? Oh, I got belly fat, I got low side fat, just won't go away. Okay, are you at 10% body fat now? Talk to me about love handles. Ain't no love handles at 10% body fat. Just remember that, and don't fall for the clickbait random stuff. Hope this helped. See you in the next video.